You said yes to something you didn't want to do. You're not sure how it happened. One moment you had a reason to say no. The next, you were agreeing, nodding, going along. And when you walked away, you felt that small twist in your chest, quiet sense that something was off, even though you couldn't point to a single thing that was wrong. You blamed yourself. You told yourself you should have been stronger, smarter, harder to move. But here is what you got wrong. You were never fighting a fair fight. Because manipulation doesn't work by overpowering your brain. It works by using it. Here's the truth most people never realize. A skilled manipulator does not break your defenses. They reach for the tools your mind already uses every single day to survive in a group, and they turn those tools around to point at you. Trust, guilt, loyalty, the desire to be liked, the instinct to follow. These are not weaknesses. They are the exact features that let humans live together at all, and that is precisely why they can be used against you. Think about how your brain is built. You are a social animal, shaped over millions of years to cooperate, to belong, to not get cast out of the group. Getting along wasn't optional for your ancestors. It was survival. So your mind runs on a set of automatic shortcuts that make cooperation fast and effortless. A manipulator learns where those shortcuts are. Then they pull the levers. Robert Cialdini, a psychologist at Arizona State University, spent decades cataloging exactly which levers work. One of the strongest is reciprocity. When someone gives you something, your brain feels a pressure to give back. It's not a decision, it's a reflex, older than language. So, a manipulator gives first. A favor, a compliment, a gift you never asked for. And now you're carrying a debt you never agreed to, and they know it, and they will collect. Another lever is commitment. Once you've said yes to something small, your brain wants to stay consistent with itself, so the next yes comes easier, and the next, until you're somewhere you'd never have agreed to go if they'd asked directly at the start. They don't ask for the mile, they ask for the inch, and let your own need to seem consistent do the rest. Then there's authority. In the 1960s, Stanley Milgram ran an experiment at Yale that still disturbs people today. Ordinary volunteers were told by a man in a lab coat to deliver what they believed were painful electric shocks to a stranger. Most of them did it, not because they were cruel, because someone who looked like an authority told them to, and obedience to authority is wired deep. A manipulator borrows that authority. They act certain. They act like the one who knows, and your brain quietly hands them the wheel. And there's the pull of the crowd. Solomon Asch showed that people will agree with an obviously wrong answer just because everyone around them said it first. Being the odd one out feels like a threat, so you fold. A manipulator engineers that feeling. Everyone agrees with me. You're the only one who doesn't get it. Suddenly you're doubting the thing you saw with your own eyes. Now here's where it gets darker, and here is where most people are wrong. You probably think intelligence protects you, that smart people don't fall for this, that you would notice, you wouldn't, and being smart can make it worse, because a sharp mind is a better rationalizer. When a manipulator's story doesn't quite add up, an intelligent person is the one most capable of building a bridge over the gap, explaining away the red flag, finding the reason it all makes sense. Your intelligence doesn't guard the door. It quietly lets the intruder in and then argues brilliantly that no one is there. The best manipulation never feels like manipulation from the inside. It feels like your own idea. And this is the part that should stop you cold. The most effective manipulators don't just change what you do. They change what you remember. Elizabeth Loftus, a memory researcher at the University of California, spent her career proving how easily human memory can be rewritten. In her studies, people came to vividly remember events that never happened, simply because someone suggested them with enough confidence. Your memory is not a recording. It's a story you rebuild every time you recall it, and it can be edited by whoever is standing next to you as you rebuild it. So, sit with this question. If someone can make you doubt what you saw, forget what was said, and rewrite what really happened, then how much of what you call your own judgment is actually yours? When you replay the argument in your head and slowly conclude you were the one who overreacted, is that your memory talking, or theirs, planted so gently you never felt it land? The most frightening thing a manipulator can take is not your money or your time. It's your grip on your own reality. And there is one more mechanism, the cruelest of all. B.F. Skinner discovered that a reward given unpredictably is far more addictive than one given every time. This is why slot machines work. It is also why the coldest relationships are the hardest to leave. The manipulator is kind, then cruel, then kind again, on no schedule you can predict. And your brain, chasing the next moment of warmth, becomes hooked on the very person hurting you. You see these levers everywhere now that you know their names. In the group chat that makes you feel left out until you agree. In the ad built on false urgency. In the charming stranger who moves too fast, gives too much, and asks you to trust before you've had time to think. The same ancient wiring that let your ancestors survive in a tribe is the wiring being farmed today at scale for profit and control. So what protects you? Not being smarter, not trying harder. One thing, slowness. Manipulation lives in speed, in the pressure to decide right now, before your slow, careful mind can catch up to your fast, reflexive one. The single most powerful thing you can say is nothing. Let me think about it. I'll get back to you. That pause is where their power dies, because you were never weak for saying yes. You were just running the software that makes you human against someone who read the manual